Good evening. I guess we're on the air. Good evening, Artie.
Hello.
Hi, folks. So we're here again at the studio. We're happy we just completed our big meeting for June, which was regarding social media, regarding the business uses, a little bit of an examination concerning the return on investment and the business leverage that could be used through social media. Artie, who was there?
Oh boy, we had some big hitters there. We had some folks come down from Philadelphia, or come up from Philadelphia.
Yep. That's Bill Lublin.
Bill Lublin. Was it Joe Sheehan?
Joe Sheehan.
Joe
The
Sheehan.
esteemed Joe Sheehan.
Right. We had Victoria from Exit.
Right. Victoria Rivadeneira from
And
Exit.
Jeff Lobb.
Jeff Lobb,
formerly
who had a
of
lot
Exit.
Right. Steve Fells of Foller.com.
Right, Steve Fells.
Our local president, Phil Ferranda of the Hudson Gateway MLS. These guys really gave great insight. To some extent, they were ringers. They wanted to see what REVamp was about, and they gave insight as to how they've leveraged blogging, the social websites, being more transparent and being more visibly seen as a person, to gain speaking engagements and to really get to know people in the industry that they wanted to know better. That they're appreciated and they appreciate others in the industry.
Yeah, the two things that I took out of that, I mean, I am by no means a subject matter expert, but the two things that I took out of it were, keep it real and personal to yourself, not just business, or ghost written articles, but it should be social where people learn more about you, and that's really the definition. And the other thing was, man, blogging works. So we need to blog some more, get some more information out there about yourself.
One of the criticisms by my friend Steve, at one point he looked like he had an angry or sad face on.
Yeah.
And I said, well, were you in some kind of pain? Gastrointestinal or some emotional distress in any way where we intentionally or negligently inflicting emotional distress on him? And he said, no, it's just that this conversation took place in 2008 and 2010 and 2012, and it's still going on. And one of my takeaways, and I don't even like to use that phrase, takeaway, but I did take this away, is that it seemed that that room was a microcosm of the world, where there's people who still tout the need to use a phone, and others are looking at really hyper-technical terms to get search engine optimization results for their blog and therefore new context. So it seems to be really a real stratification of the haves and the have-nots, people that are really adept and people who are actually clueless.
Yeah,
it's disturbing.
Yeah, the top 5% really know what they're doing, or the top 2%, and then there's a middle piece in there. The vast majority who do a little bit of something, they do a little bit, and then there's this whole, maybe a third or quarter of the whole population that does really not. I mean, there was 3 or 4 people in the room that don't have a blog, do no social media, and have no internet presence, and they still do business. So, I mean, how much more could they be doing?
Well, they do business because even all the studies, NAR, and we all agree that the best source of business is that from a trusted referral, and the only other type of business I know that exists is a compelling offer from a stranger, like Geico with the gecko,
yeah.
and formerly the caveman, and somehow that means they can get you cheaper car insurance. So